Hello, this is Grant here, and I was just looking at some YouTube videos on how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and I don't quite like the method that a lot of people teach you how to do, where they just show you the cube and they say this is how you solve it, it's just going to work this way, just believe me, it'll work. And that kind of leaves some mystery behind it. Even if you memorize the way to solve it, it's kind of like some sorts of math equations, like the quadratic formula or something. If you just memorize the formula and don't know why it works or how it works, then you don't really learn things, you just memorize a formula. And it's the same way for a Rubik's Cube. Most people are intimidated by Rubik's Cubes because they think it's just some sort of magic. They think see, here I have a solved cube, and if I just do like a really fast sequence, and I somehow magically switch 3 pieces, then it's just some little magic trick I'm doing, and then when I solve it back just equally quickly, people will think it's just some magic trick and I'm just, you know, swapping stickers really fast or something. But there's actually method behind the madness, and I'm just going to make a beginner's tutorial, hopefully followed by slightly more advanced ones. A beginner's tutorial on how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and I'm going to explain to you why everything works. Okay, so I'm going to do it step by step in a series of videos. Now, the typical beginner's method consists of solving the cube by layers, and by layers I mean this is the first layer, solving it from bottom to top. First layer, second layer, and then the third layer. And by this, I don't expect you to be able to turn it this fast, it's just something you pick up after doing it for long. And you solve it in 3 layers, so it's 3 main steps, and you can break them down into sub-steps, but 3 steps, and usually they use about 4 memorized sequences or so. Some use more, some use less. The one I'm going to teach you uses 4. Then I'm going to explain why they all work. Okay, so I'm just going to take you through an example solve. Let me just scramble the cube really fast. And don't try to memorize what I'm doing. Just watch what happens. One second, I'm going to turn the laptop around, and I'm going to try to solve it right in front of you so you can see everything I'm doing. Okay, so basically I prefer to start with the white side, and by the white side I mean the side that has the white sticker in the center. Now, the first step in solving by the layer method is to get a cross on your starting side, and by a cross I mean solve all of the edge pieces, which is this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece. Now, these are all white edge pieces because they are all edges, that is, pieces that have 2 stickers, and they all have a white sticker on them. So, to begin, I already have 1 white edge piece on the white side, but it has an orange sticker on this side, so I need to put the orange sticker with the orange center, and this is a green center, so that's wrong. So if I just move it over, it connects with the orange center, and now I have a nice connection right there. So I need to do that with all of my edges, which you can generally do relatively quickly and intuitively. You do not need any sort of memorized sequences to do this. But see, after doing that, I have a white cross. One second, I'm going to turn the brightness on this laptop down to make it easier to see. I have a white cross. And see how all of the sides, orange, green, red, blue, line up. Now, most people who solve the Rubik's Cubes for speed solve with the cross on bottom to start out, without looking at it. However, to start out, it helps to look at the cross while you are making it. And some people would scold me for saying that, but for just someone who is interested in being able to solve the cube and not solve it too quickly, you can just start with the cross on top and do that. The next step, people generally put the cross on bottom, so it's still right here, but on bottom. And then they want to solve all of the corners. that is this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece. And by solve, I mean get in the correct position. So for example, in this corner should be the blue, orange, and white corner, which happens to be right here. However, the white sticker needs to be here, the blue sticker needs to be here, and the orange sticker needs to be here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So don't try to memorize the moves I did, just look and see that it is in the right place. You'll learn how to do this sort of thing later. So I'm going to go around the cube, here's another corner, and I'm just going to do the same sort of thing to the rest of the cube. And by doing this, I am effectively solving all of the corners. So see, now we have the entire first layer done. This entire layer is completely solved. Now we have to start using memorized sequences. However, they don't have to be mystical and confusing or anything like that. The yellow side is on top, which is opposite the white side, and we have our solved layer on the bottom. And now our goal is to solve the second layer. And by doing that, you have to insert these edge pieces. This one, this one, this one, and this one. So, you just do a simple sequence by, say, this edge piece, green and orange, needs to get here. See? Green and orange needs to go here. So, you just do a simple sequence, and you get the piece that you need. Okay, so I'm just going to be doing, and again, don't try to memorize what I'm doing yet. I'll be doing it rather quickly, and it would be pointless to memorize it yet. You will learn in the next video. I am just doing an overview of the method. So, now we have effectively solved the entire second layer. And now we have to solve the third layer. Now the third layer is solved kind of similarly to the first layer. We're going to get a yellow cross on top and then get the corners. So using a small sequence, I'm going to get the yellow cross, and I happen to get two corners too. I'm going to get a yellow cross, and now I've got to get the corners. And using a 7-move sequence twice, you can get all the corners. See? Now the cube is almost entirely solved. All we have to do is swap the last layer pieces around the last layer, but it's all facing the right direction, which is called orienting. All of these pieces are oriented correctly. So now, using the longest sequence you'll have to know, which is 9 moves, and it's really easy because I've got a little memory trick that I use for memorizing it. You can solve all of the corners. So see, I've got 2 green on the green side, 2 orange on the orange side, 2 blue on the blue side, and 2 red on the red side. And now all I have is 1, 2, 3 incorrect edges. And now, using the same 7-move sequence that I used to flip the corners upwards, I am going to solve the remaining edges by using the 7-move sequence twice. And then we have the entire cube solved. And that is the method. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you the first few steps at doing this method. And I will explain every move, step by step, move by move, and the logic behind it. Enjoy.